Hi, my name's Ryan from Turtle Bay Exploration Park. Thanks for joining us. Is it possible for something to transform from a solid to a liquid right in your hand? Join us for a science project where we have a little messy fun with oobleck. We'll also go back into the vault and see some artifacts from our collection that might surprise you, get a little slithery with our jungle carpet python daintree, and learn about another beautiful plant from our botanical gardens. All on this episode of Turtle Bay TV. Welcome to Turtle Bay TV, your personal virtual experience of everything Turtle Bay Exploration Park has to offer, including education, animals, horticulture, exhibitions, and more. Only at Turtle Bay. Here are the questions for this episode. Number 1, what is a jungle carpet python's favorite food? Number 2, what year did the idea for the mechanical typewriter first originate? Number 3, what is a non-Newtonian fluid? And finally, what season does an eastern redbud bloom? Listen close and write down your answers, and we'll go over them at the end. Now let's jump into this episode of Turtle Bay TV.
Hi everyone, I'm Sharon Clay and I'm the curator of animal programs here at Turtle Bay Exploration Park. And with me today is Daintree. Daintree is a jungle carpet python, and she gets her name Daintree because of where you can find these animals. They are actually native to Australia, and in particular, they live in the jungles of Australia, like the Daintree rainforest. These snakes are constrictors. So as you can see, she is curled around my arm and my hand. That is because of the way they live and the way that they catch their food. So this type of python is very unique. Living in the rainforest, they use this constriction to hold themselves onto a branch. A jungle carpet python can actually hold its weight from the very top third or bottom third of their body. They hang off of a branch like this, and then they have a special heat pit in their lips. That heat pit allows them to actually see the heat of warm-blooded animals as they go by. They will eat lots of rodents, but the most important thing they need that heat for is to be able to see their favorite food, bats. This snake can actually catch a flying fox as it goes through the trees. A flying fox is the largest species of bat in the world with a 6-foot wingspan. So they sense the bat, they shoot out with their body, grab it, pull it in, and the second use for that constriction is to squeeze the life right out of it. Now that is not the tricky part, catching the flying fox. The tricky part is, what do you do with a 6-foot wingspan? Oh, look at her face. It's not very large. So she has to grab the bat just right after she's killed it and go head first, folding in the wings so that they can get such a large animal down their body. We would like to thank Woods Pest Control for their continued support and sponsoring of our creepy crawlies inside our mill building here at Turtle Bay Exploration Park.
Hi, I'm Julia Cronin, Curator of Collections and Exhibits here at Turtle Bay Exploration Park, and Artifact of the Month is one of my very favorite things to work on here. Every month we change out this particular feature, which is right by the entrance to the museum. We have 35,000 objects in our collection, and you never know, one of them could pop up as Artifact of the Month at any time. And the best part about it is you, the guests, get to vote on what the next object is going to be. You can also go on their website to the Artifacts of the Month blog and check out a little bit more information about each of these objects that we feature. Join us as we take deeper video dives into some of our past Artifacts of the Month. Hi, I'm Julia Cronin, Curator of Collections and Exhibits here at Turtle Bay Exploration Park, and today we're taking a deep dive into an old artifact of the month. I don't know about you, but I spend a lot of time typing. I type at work, I type at home, I type in my car, I type outside on the tables outside at the Turtle Bay Cafe. Welcome to the 110-year-old laptop. This is a Blickensderfer number 6 that was developed in 1910. And it is one of the first truly portable typewriters. 110 years sounds like a really long time in terms of technology, but the first mechanical typewriters were being dreamed up over 300 years ago in 1714. They didn't get patented until 1868, and they didn't become really popular until the 1870s. And most of those typewriters were huge, heavy models that were impossible to move. Now, unlike those huge, heavy models, it's portable. It's made out of cast aluminum and bakelite, and I want you to imagine this. They hadn't standardized the keyboard yet, so anytime you sat down at a different kind of typewriter, the keyboard might be in a different order, which would totally mess up your touch typing, especially when a lot of typewriters at the time were blind. You were typing, you couldn't see what you typed until you lifted up the carriage. And this was an incredible invention because I want you to think about being a journalist or a traveler who was sending dispatches back home. For example, imagine being a journalist going and covering World War I in Europe and being able to take your typewriter with you, the same way we take our laptops with us today. Now, this particular model has a front strike on it, which means that you can, after a few more keystrokes, see what you've written. A lot of early typewriter models, you had to lift the whole carriage up to see what you'd written. So I want you to think about that for a minute, especially if you type a lot, how much time you spend backspacing. It comes in a case. The space bar folds up so that it fits nicely into the case. Figure key and a caps lock key so that you've got your numbers. Blickensderfer came out with an electric typewriter in 1902, but this particular model and ones like it were still more popular up until the advent of the correcting ribbon, or what I like to call the manual delete key. And even then, an electric typewriter was heavier and it needed to be plugged in, so a lot of people continued to use a manual typewriter like this. This is actually one of my very favorite artifacts at Turtle Bay. When I took the collection over in 2002 and I saw it on the shelf, I just had to learn more about it.
Hi, I'm Liz from Turtle Bay Exploration Park, and today we're going to be making some oobleck. Now what you'll need is some cornstarch, some food coloring, and water. Now I've already dyed my water this really pretty blue color, and what you're going to do in this container, you're going to take our cornstarch and you're going to pour just a little bit in. Now there's no set measurement for making oobleck, so it's really on feeling. So you're going to pour a little bit in there, and as you kind of pour your water, you want to make sure you're not adding too much. You're going to mix it up, and you want to keep on adding your cornstarch until you have a consistency of silly putty. Now to test the consistency, you want to make sure, see how my hand is just going right through? We don't really want that. We're going to add a lot more cornstarch. Now the cool thing about oobleck, it's actually a non-Newtonian fluid. Now that means it actually doesn't follow Newton's law of viscosity. So when you add pressure to it, it actually becomes a lot harder. So you can kind of see, if I let it go, it looks like a liquid. But the moment I add pressure to it, it actually becomes a solid. Now, cornstarch is non-toxic, so don't worry about getting it everywhere. It's not gonna hurt anybody. Now you can do a lot of different things with oobleck. You can play with it with your hands. You can add different colors to it. You can put materials in there. Oobleck is a great sensory activity for the whole family. And have fun.
Hi there, my name is Lisa Endicott. I'm the horticulture manager here at Turtle Bay. We're in the botanical gardens, and surrounding the meadow we have eastern redbud. Eastern redbud is Cercis canadensis, and it grows all over the eastern coast, and it also does well here, oddly enough. Even though we don't have rainy summers, it does really well here and is fairly drought tolerant. So it can grow in gardens that get water during the summer, or it can actually survive no water, although it's not quite as happy as this tree here. So once a week would be perfect for this tree, perfect watering. And as you can see, they're gorgeous in early spring. This is mid-March, so really beautiful little tree.
Well, that brings us to the end of our episode. Let's see if you got the correct answers to our trivia questions. Number 1, the jungle carpet python's favorite food is the flying fox, which is the world's largest bat with a 6-foot wingspan. Number 2, the idea for the mechanical typewriter originated in 1714. Number 3, a non-Newtonian fluid is a fluid that doesn't follow Newton's law of viscosity. And finally, the eastern redbud blooms in spring. Thank you for joining us. Turtle Bay is a nonprofit organization supported by generous viewers like you. Please visit turtlebay.org/donate to support all our wonderful programs that help you explore our world. Until next time on Turtle Bay TV.